live in Dallas. It's Richard from Homeboys Healing, Mental Health Unfiltered. First street interview. It's my first street interview. What's your name, man?
My name is Mike.
Mike. Me and Mike. So, Mike, like I was just telling you. Hold on, let me see if I can. So like I was telling you, Mike, it's a lot of men out here with different problems, mental health problems. They need somebody to talk to, but there's not a lot of people out here to talk to, and many of them don't know where to go get help. If you was to have a breakdown tomorrow, Mike, do you know where you can go, Mike?
There ain't no place, really.
There ain't no place, right? That's do you know anybody that, if you don't have nobody that you can call personally, like a friend or a family member, you would have to probably deal with it on your own, right, Mike?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to solve.
That's where a lot of us turn to drugs and everything else.
Exactly. And that's why there's so many people out here crashing out right now, especially men. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, I went through mental breaks and stuff. Like, I came up real bad and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to do is get people like me that came up, you know what I'm saying, came up a certain way. Because it's one thing to send the professionals out here, but a lot of professionals
got the mindset already on one direction.
Yeah, because they got the classroom mindset. But the people that been through it know a little bit more, you know what I mean?
Experience counts a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what one thing that I want to do is I want to set up people like me that been through stuff with professionals.
Definitely.
So they can double team somebody. That way, you know what I'm saying, you can get the professional help, plus you got the person with the experience. What you think about that idea?
You need it more than you know. Like, more than anybody knows. There's a lot of hurt out here. A lot of hurt.
Exactly. And who do you see mostly out here?
Men.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I'm trying to bring people's eyes to. Maybe if people see this, when I start my nonprofit and I start getting funds, I can come out here and help people, you know what I mean? In a real way. Not only get them treatment, but get them help. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand. One reason why a lot of people go into drugs and alcohol and stuff like that is because their mind is messed up and they don't have no one to talk to, nor do they know any of the resources.
We don't have nowhere else to turn. That's our escape.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's how we deal with stuff. It's not the way to go, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be like that.
It causes more problems and more problems and more problems, and next thing you know, you're buried so deep you don't even know where to turn and where to look. You know, you're just stuck. You're stuck.
Either people get stuck going in and out the system, they either get stuck financially, getting broker and more debt, or they broke so they keep getting in relationships and they keep getting in felon relationships because they just haven't solved the problem.
Two broken pieces don't come together.
Yeah, that's good. I need to put that on the shirt. Two broken pieces don't come together. I need to remember that. So tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm 42. Been out here dealing with the streets on and off for 15 years now. You know, it seems like I get my stuff together, man, and finally think I can go in the right way, and then something will happen, something that I can't take or I can't handle will break me, and I'll be right back out here because I have nowhere else to turn, nowhere else to do. So I go back to what I know, you know, which is dope. You know what I mean? That's my go-to. That's how I escape life. Yeah, I don't want to deal with life, pretty much. I mean.
Yeah. I understand. I'm 43, and I go through it. But one thing that I did was, the thing about me is I come from LA. So, like, watching so many of my friends' parents be on drugs and stuff like that, that's why it's hard for me to do that. Then the other way out that people think about is like suicide, which is hard too. Constantly, you know what I mean?
Constantly a thought in the back of my head.
Yeah. That's what I get from everybody. I mean, even with people that got something to lose. But one thing that I had to do was I had to look at my faith in God. Like, I see all the bad stuff that happened to me, but I have children. And the way my children are successful, you know what I mean? I never thought, like, this is how God's blessed me. Like, I got a daughter that graduated Texas A&M College last year.
Man,
you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So I had to recognize my blessings. But the reason why I went through a lot that I went through is because when I look back at my life, I had nobody to talk to. I'm not that close with a lot of my family members. I have friends, but a lot of my friends, like, we don't get that deep and talking about
it's
personal
kind of weird
stuff.
Talking to another dude about things,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. But see,
a lot of men ain't open to it.
That's the stigma I'm trying to, because what I think personally, because it's just like you. Since I don't know you, it's hard for me to judge you. I don't know what you've been through. That's why I think me going out talking to people and they not really know me, they can easily talk to me like the conversation we having right now. You know what I'm saying? And if that'll help, because I read this, it was a little article where it says a 13-minute conversation can change somebody's life.
You'd be surprised.
And in this study, what they were seeing was like guys that was thinking about suicide or getting high or drunk or something like that. They would talk to somebody, most of the time it'd be somebody they don't know, and that person speak life into them, and then they'll end up changing. You know what I'm saying? Or one thing that I was telling some kids that I was talking to when I was at the jail in Fort Worth the other day was most of those guys are one opportunity away from getting away from whatever they doing. The problem is they looking for that opportunity and they can't find it. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I want my nonprofit to help people get opportunity. Because a lot of people, because a lot of people, all they need is that one job. You know what I mean? That one place to stay. You know what I'm saying? That can help them get on their feet again. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of dudes get lost because they like, I don't think I could do it. You know what I mean?
In my experience anyway, it's just, for me, it's been a revolving door. It's constantly either on the streets or in the jail. On the streets or in the jail, because we don't have the resources to turn to, or we don't know where to go to get the resources to turn to. You know, so we're just constantly doing the same freaking thing over and over and over again. You know, just spinning ourselves into a spiral, you know, that we can't get out of. Because it's just, after a while, it just becomes dark, man. You just surround yourself with darkness and you don't see no light.
Yeah.
You know, until you find somebody like you know, that just pops out of the blue, you know, and be like, hey, man, there is a chance.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? And you find somebody that actually made it somewhere, then it gives you a little boost, you know that you can do it. You know what I mean? Because out here, in my experience anyway, out here, there's not a lot of hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, job opportunities are few and far between. You get day labor or you're out here washing windows like I'm doing, you know? And that's trash, bro. I mean, honestly, you know, that's one thing. If we just had just a direction to go. Like, I'll be honest, I fly signs too every once in a while. You know, when I get put down on doing the washing windows and stuff, man, I'll just break out and fly a sign. One of the signs that I fly, man, it says that I suck at life. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't figure out what to do and where to go.
Yeah, I understand.
That's a lot of it, man, and that's where we need the help. Or at least somebody to reach out to us, you know, and point us in the right direction.
And I believe the only people that's going to do that is other men.
Yeah.
The problem with today's society is so many men are so caught up in their lives and what they got going, they don't want to help. You know what I mean? And that's a problem. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of successful dudes, when you ask those dudes who they help don't help nobody but themselves. Or a female, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they doing that so they can get something. You know what I mean? Like they not doing it just out of the kindness of their heart. So and that's what I want to change with what I'm doing. Because like me, I've been in the situation since I was a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of homeless people when I was 17 that helped me, you know what I mean? See, if you don't get your stuff together, this is where you're going to end up at, you know what I mean? And talking to them is one thing that helped me a lot, you know what I mean? So like I go out every holiday and stuff and I help. Like I don't even really celebrate the holidays no more. What I do is go out and help people because that right there is what, you know what I'm saying? That brings value to my life, you know what I mean? That's like a Christmas gift to me that keeps on giving.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I even taught my kids that. I haven't gave my kids stuff for Christmas in a long time. What we do is we take our time and our resources and we go out and we help people. That's what I want to do. But now I want to focus on men because I know men are going through a lot, especially in their head.
Yeah.
And it don't matter. Like I done met men from the suburbs all the way down. They're going through something. It's just they hold it in. And then now we see, like I just seen an article the other day, some dude in Michigan just stabbed 13 people in Walmart.
Yeah.
That's a mental break for real. You know what I mean?
And sometimes, you feel like that sometimes. Because just the depression overtakes you, man, the anger for not being able to succeed, the frustrations of life, man, that you don't have an outsource for, your funding bottles up. And when it explodes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can kind of see where that dude snapped, but I mean, it's not right, but
It's not right, but sometimes it's the
he
only.
may have had a resource back then beforehand.
Yeah.
It may have never happened.
So what was crazy is, like, I'm just thinking about this nonprofit in this podcast, and I went to my barber yesterday, and it was a guy that sees a whole nother barber, but his barber was out of town. So he ended up coming to my barber, and he runs a nonprofit for boys. And it was crazy that I met him at that time. That's how I know this is a calling for guy. Yeah, everything happens for a reason. So I was talking to him, and one thing he does is he talks to a lot of boys, but the vast majority of the boys that he talked to, they out there in Gainesville, and they about to do life. You know what I mean? Then they got to transfer to TDC to do the rest of their time when they turn 18. And what I was telling him is, well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to catch a lot of these guys before they snap, and a lot of these boys before they go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, those boys, it's cool to help them, but they're already there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of too late, to be honest. You know,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Too late, but it is too late.
The only thing I could do for them is probably get them to talk to other kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Before they get there. You know what I mean? But like, when that happened, that and so much stuff then happened. Like, I have a friend, he has a master's degree in counseling. You know what I mean? My daughter is about to become a therapist. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I got a friend that has a master's degree in business. Like, all these, if I put all this stuff together, I know I'm the one that can get out here and help people. Where I'm gonna start off here, of course, Dallas, because this is where I live. But I'm trying to bring this nationwide. But I'm really trying to help. I'm not. That's one thing I noticed about a lot of the homeless stuff. It seems like it's more focused on maintaining people, but not really helping them get out of their situation. You know what I mean? Where I'm trying to help you and people, different people, no matter what their situation, make their situation better.
A lot of things, you know, one thing that, I'll be honest, that keeps a lot of the homeless is that they can only see today. They don't see what's coming tomorrow or the next day or the next day, you know, so we're just focused on what's happening today, right now, you know, at this moment. Because tomorrow's not promised, you know what I mean? So if kind of you had that light at the end of the tunnel, you know,
that's that
regain your focus. Yeah, it regain your focus and kind of push you forward to the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd help out a lot out here, because I know that's where a lot of us get stuck.
Yeah, like I said, one thing that I figured out is a lot of people are one opportunity away from stopping whatever it is they doing. They just don't think that opportunity is gonna come, and that's why they maintain. It's the same thing about being in and out of jail. Sometimes it's more comfortable. You know what I mean? Because at least in jail,
you get in a routine, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And see, it's crazy for me because 3 months ago I was in a 3-bedroom condo.
Yeah, see how fast stuff can change?
And it's just like that. Just like that.
And you're just a year younger than me, because I'm 43.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
It just shows the different paths in life, you know what I mean? But it's all right though, man. I'm glad you're out here though, because on the cool, just this little conversation we having.
The 13 minutes. That's exactly what I was talking about. That 13 minutes. That 13 minutes can help. You know what I mean? Because I want you to know, before we leave here, I'm gonna pray for you.
Already.
But what I want all men to know is there's a man out there that wants to help.
Yes, sir.
All we have to do is start helping focus on other men, because there's too many of us out here going through it for different reasons.
And a lot of it's like, be honest, a lot of the caseworkers and stuff that they send out here, they're all women, bro.
Yeah,
you can't relate to that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's another thing.
It's kind of hard for a man to open up to just some strange woman coming out, you know, that's just putting your stuff on paper. You know, it makes it real tough, real tough. You've got somebody you can relate to.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly why I want to, and that's one good thing about that man that I met. He gave me a lot of resources in South Dallas of men that are men that's reformed. They used to be drug dealers. They used to be on drugs. They was in prison for a long time, and they're out here. And that's another thing. I want to give them chances to come out here and talk to people, and hopefully that they can make money. Same thing with guys in jail. Guys in jail that got life. Since they got those tablets now, I want them to be out here to be able to reach out to people out here, be mentors, and they can dedicate their life to it. I mean, they're in jail. They're not going nowhere, you know what I mean? But they can develop a best friend on that tablet,
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying, where somebody can hit you up like,
Oh,
hey
yeah.
man, what you doing, man? Somebody to hold you accountable to try to
Yeah.
keep